Alrighty, good evening, folks. Surprise, surprise, my Dungeons and Dragons got canceled tonight, so I'm getting my turn out a day earlier than I thought I would be able to. With that in mind, I'm going to jump right in. This is the USA and KMT turns for turn 10, January of 1941. So we'll jump into this real quick here. But before I do those turns, there's a little bit of housekeeping. This seaplane got brought off map by Seb, so that's back in southern England there. There was also a missed AAA roll for the strategic bomber that raided this port. Shadow rolled it on Dice Median on Discord, and of course it was a miss. I don't think our AAA have hit once for all of the bombing raids they've done, which is kind of crazy. Luckily, we did get some good hits with the ASW, which is a stroke of luck. Then the last thing I wanted to do was go over strategic objectives real quick. I updated this, looked through all of the reference sheets and stuff, so I'm like 95% sure this is accurate. The common turn has 4, allies have 4, and Axis have 10 strategic points, victory points currently. This may change at the end of the US turn. Okay, jumping into KMT. The KMT has $3. They're going to buy nothing. They're going to take 4 infantry out of Shenxi and move into Sichuan. Sorry, no combat moves either. These are all non-combat moves. Then we're going to take everything that can move out of Yunnan and move to Kuaichao. It's a big old stack of units. All right. That should be it for the US or the KMT turn. They will collect $1. All right, on to the USA. We rolled our 7 techs and had a mixed showing. The important thing is we did succeed on improved construction with a 10, so that brings us up to a completed improved construction. That's pretty darn good. We needed that pretty badly. Amphibious Doctrine missed with a 6. Jet Fighters hit with a 10, so that's nice. We're not doing so great on the technological supremacy techs. And then we missed everything else. There was 2 for long-range aircraft, 4 for heavy strat bombers, and 8 for strat rockets. It's close, but not quite. And then a 3 for improved logistics. So 2 out of 7, but we got the important one of the 7, which is nice. On to our purchases. The US has $74 to spend. Bear with me here. We are going to spend 40 of it on 3 fighters and a Lend-Lease fighter, bringing us down to 34. Oh my god, I shouldn't have clicked this much. That was a waste of time and annoying. Then we will also, with improved construction, be spending $3 instead of the 4 on a port upgrade. We'll be spending 8 on 2 Marines, as usual. And then we will be spending on capital ships. So normally it would be 5, 6, and 7 to move these to another level. Instead it is 4, 5, and 6 for 15. Bringing us down to 8 to bring these all up to completion. And then this heavy battleship will be moving to stage 2 for another 6 instead of the normal 7, and we'll save $2. So these are all of our units to be placed. The US is at war, and it's awesome. Well, not really. There was some cheeky bullshit. I'm not supposed to curse in these videos. We're learning. We're getting better. I caught myself this time. This was cheeky. Who would have thought on this square-ass map they would take into account that we live on a globe and make these C-zones connect closer? Who would have thought? Utterly ridiculous. So I'm going to take this seaplane 1, 2, 3, 4 and kill that transport. Unlike subs, it can't submerge. It just dies, which I like. Other combat moves, I'm going to take the strategic bomber in London, move 1, 2, 3, 4, and carpet bomb Aquitaine. Then I'm going to take the artillery and infantry in Northern Ireland, load it onto this transport here, move 1, 2, 3 to amphibiously assault Northern Norway. I think the irony here is pretty great, and then go in port off of that assault. Was trading a medium bomber for 1 IPP worth it? No, it wasn't. But you got to make the best of the hand you're dealt. Other combat moves, I don't know if taking these guys off escort duty is combat or not, but all 3 destroyers in A37 are going to move 1, 2, and then 3 up to P31 over on the Pacific side. That's probably a non-combat move, but just since it involved escort duty, I wanted to try and do things right, even though I have many mistakes in each of my turns, but that's how you learn. Over here on the Pacific side, I don't think I have any combat moves at all to declare. So we will jump right into this. The only dice I have to roll is for Aquitaine, and I have 3 hits at 2 for the carpet bombing. So hopefully we get a hit. And we miss with all of them. Fantastic. Love to see it. That's, such is life. Up here is just a walk-on, and the transport will go in port. I need a US roundel. US of A. That's us. Alright, so Germany goes down 1, the US goes up 1, and most importantly, we're at wartime income. I'm kidding. Most importantly, they lose their bonus for having Northern Norway. That is an important bit. Transport dies, and that's it for combat moves. The seaplane has 2 movement left. It has a total of 6, so it'll go 5, 6, and land in Ontario. And if a German transport can make it over here to kill that seaplane, I will shit bricks. Other non-combat moves, we have to land the strategic bomber. It moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into southern England, where it will be joined by this airborne infantry, just in case, I want to take him for a nice little vacation somewhere in Europe. We will strategic naval move the infantry, light tank, and transport the same route we did before to avoid submarines up into northern England in port. Oh my. Down here, we're going to move a coastal submarine into Sea Zone A46. So now between all of these subs, we have some very serious interdiction for Lend-Lease. Don't you dare try to send it, lads. Okay, that should be it in the Atlantic. Now over to the Pacific. This is where it's important. There's this big old Japanese fleet sitting right there. So the might of the U.S. Navy is going to run away. These destroyers are all going to move to P-22 next to Midway. The destroyers off of Hawaii, sorry, the 4 destroyers there. The 2 battleships off of Hawaii are also going to move to P-22 next to Midway. The heavy cruiser off of Hawaii is going to move to P-22 next to Midway. You're going to see a pattern here. The heavy cruisers, light cruisers, and carriers off of San Francisco are all going to move over to P-22 next to Midway. The tactical bomber on Hawaii is going to land on a carrier next to Midway. The tactical bomber and fighter in the Pacific Northwest are going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 over to P-22 and also land on a carrier. God damn, that's annoying. Okay, they're on the carriers. The transports in port in Hawaii are going to move to Midway. And the port upgrade I'm buying is for Midway. I'm not sure if you can go in port the same turn you upgrade the port. If you can, I would love to put them in port. If not, they'll sit out with the fleet. But they will be bringing 3 infantry or 3 Marines and an infantry over to Midway with them. We will also be bringing over 2 Marines from San Francisco on the transport that's in port in San Francisco to Midway as well. Now wait, you might be thinking, there's still more ships in the Pacific for you to move. And you'd be right. The 2 battleships in P-76 are going to move to Hawaii and go in port. The transport in P-76 is going to move to Hawaii and go in port as well. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. All right, just counting up units, making sure there are very few that can reach Hawaii. Don't want to leave it too poorly defended, but this stack should hopefully stop any shenanigans. All right, anything else? The coastal submarines. Almost forgot. They're going to move to... One is going to move to P4, and one is going to move to P11. They're slowly creeping their way over. By the end of the game, they might actually convoy raid somewhere. Okie doke. We're getting there. Then, let's see. Coastal subs, battleships, Midway. Cool. On to placing units. We're slowly getting there, my friends. Slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley. We're going to grab everything and go up here to the Pacific. The heavy battleship, and carrier are all going to get built off of San Francisco in P-25. The 3 fighters are going to be built either onto the carrier in P-25. I'm pretty sure that's legal. If it's not, they will join the 3rd fighter, which is being built into San Francisco itself. The 2 Marines are being built in San Francisco. And then the port upgrade, as I said before, is going to Midway. There's that. Lock that down. And then last but not least, the French fighter. I'm going to lend lease it from the port in San Francisco all the way down here to the, nope, not that one, to the hold on a second here. Sorry. Yeah, no, that works fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Straight in here. I'm not at war with Vichy France, so I believe this works just fine. To Cameroon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, so this is the fastest route. No units I'm at war with are interdicting, and that should work, I think. Moving on to collect income, I gain 12 plus 63 is a nice round 75. Plus the $2 I saved is $77. Holy buckets. And that should do it. Then, just because it's the end of the round, a little bit of stuff to clean up. I will remove all these damage markers from all the convoy lines so that they can be convoyed again by the British, or the British can be convoyed again by the Germans and Italians. It's gonna hurt. Probably gonna hurt. You never know. We have ASW now. That could do some damage. What else? The Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact was broken, so I don't have those income increases or rolls to do. Also, Big Blue Fleet. There are, by my count, 4 capital ships, 2 battleships, and 2 carriers for the Japanese. And now there are 2 carriers, 2 battleships in Midway alone, plus 2 more battleships is 6, plus another battleship and carrier is 8, plus a heavy battleship, which counts for 2, is 10 versus 4. That is more than double. So the US has Big Blue Fleet going forward. Bumping us up to 5 victory points. If, of course, I have any of this wrong, please be sure to let me know. And any other mistakes I've made, I'm confident will be brought up in housekeeping. Otherwise, I believe that should be it for my turn. Thank you so much, and I look forward to Shadow coming back with the German turn 11. Have a wonderful evening.